just a disclaimer, this is totally for educational use. By no means I am saying you to hack something to cause a mess, because I'm responsible for what you are going to see next.
Let the hacking begin.
So let's say this is a company, it says .com. What you need to do is you need to go to shodan.io. Shodan is like a Google of hackers. Now I got this IP and it has a login page. This is known as the debug page of the website, which is a highly sensitive page. If you scroll down, you can see what are the internal IPs. If I would be digging much deeper, the company is gonna be
throw a legal notice on our faces.
Arman Sidana is a 21-year-old certified offensive security professional.
He is the founder of Nexus Security.
And also a student at Melbourne University doing his master's in cybersecurity.
This blows my mind every single time that 86% of the people who watch my content regularly haven't yet subscribed for the channel yet. So could I ask you for a favor before we start? If you like my content, if you like what I'm doing here, just hit the subscribe button. I'll put out the best content on newest skills and newest technologies like AI, blockchain, IoT and cybersecurity. This is my promise to you, and thank you so much. So Arman Sidana, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, bye.
So it's been, I think, 5 months our first podcast. So it went super crazy. People are loving that podcast. So I got a lot of DMs asking about you and asking about the podcast. How about you?
Everyone loved that. Not really through the YouTube, but people like reached me through LinkedIn. There were emails, a lot of queries coming in. A lot of people bought the courses as well. One thing that changed me personally after that podcast was that I really connect with people, because after that podcast, those who listened to that podcast, they came out with some genuine queries that why you say so, why you not say so, and what's your current status, because in 5 months my life has flipped a lot.
Yeah.
Like really a lot on every dynamics, like on the work side, as an individual I have changed a lot. So that's how it's going.
So it's been 5 months, right? You are telling that there is a lot changed.
Yeah.
So talk about that.
So first of all, my country changed. I'm in Australia right now for my master's. That's the first thing. Second thing, I changed as a person a lot, because in 5 months I worked really hard on my product SecX, which we were talking last time in the last podcast that we were planning at that time to launch. Things were halfway through. Then a lot of things happened. My first developer got away in the mid of the project. The money got wasted. Then I need to find another developers team, because that project was very complex. So I found another team. Then another team showed tantrums for around. They like delayed the project more than the due date that was decided. Then when I did the testing, there were 89 bugs in the very first testing phase, which what for the web application they developed and the APK they developed. Then there were multiple testing rounds. When the testing rounds got cleared, then the payment gateway issue arose that international payments weren't allowed. Then we cleared that. The Play Store is very strict regarding the APKs and stuff. We are resolving that. So it's in the final stages of launch, and hopefully anytime it can be launched. Totally depends upon Google Play. Then before coming to Australia, my schedule got really busy. I was busy with my business winding up, because I need to see what I can handle out overseas, what tasks I need to dedicate to the team. Then we came here. I got ill when I landed in Australia. It's been around 50 days since I've been here, and the university is really curriculum is really hard. It's really hard to cope up with the studies, full-time work, and along with the startups all together. So a lot has changed. Yeah.
So, acha, it's been a lot, I think so. So you're studying in Melbourne University, right?
Yeah,
right now?
the University of Melbourne.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in another podcast maybe.
Sure.
So Arman, what I felt was there are a lot of podcasts on the surface level. I mean, in terms of bug bounty and in terms of cybersecurity.
Right.
So recently, I watched a podcast called Critical Thinking. So in that podcast, so they invite the hackers, even the hosts are hackers. I mean, bug bounty hunters.
Right.
So what they'll do is they'll open the websites or CTFs or something else. They'll show the practicals, live hunting, and all of things. I badly wanted to do that.
We can do that right away. That's not a problem.
So I'll set you the context.
Sure.
So a lot of people, after watching our first podcast, may have started web security, web pen testing. So let's do on that.
Sure, we can do that.
So let's start from picking up the
Targets.
right targets, and right from go through the every process that you follow, automation, manual, and everything from starting to ending, like report writing.
Okay,
Tak.
perfect. That's cool. We can do that.
So let's do that.
Okay, sure. So just a disclaimer, automation might not be possible because when we hackers do automation, the network drops because a lot of things are going off. So I would do every manual stuff. That's possible because automation is something that can bring the website down, which we are not authorized to do. Automation is specifically done for which we have authorization. I would be testing targets, those who have their bug bounty pages available. And they authorize me to test or any one of you to test. So I would be following that methodology. And this is totally for educational use. By no means I am saying you to hack something to cause a mess. Just a disclaimer because I'm responsible for what you are going to see next. So a little disclaimer from my side. And Raju, just if you, being as a layman, if you would be getting any problems, you would be curious about something, just ask me because that would be the same questions people would be getting in their minds, right? You can see
So
my screen.
I'm a noob.
Yeah,
Think
just,
of me like an idiot.
just act as a normal person who's noob, right? That's the best thing you can do. So, all right. And one thing I want to say more is I don't support crack versions. The Burp Suite Community Edition is more than enough for you to hack. But being hackers, we use sometimes the cracked versions for some added utilities because we get a lot of context to add the like the extensions and stuff. But I don't really recommend that. So we have Burp Suite right up here. Let me load it up for you guys. Hope the screen is nice and clear. I would do the split screen for everyone to see easily.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have my Burp Suite and Firefox. So let's start, guys. You can see my face as well with the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me, Arman, give me a minute.
Sure.
So we are hacking live now.
Right.
So is this your friend website or other company's website?
See, these companies expressly say that you can hunt on us. There's no compliance issues.
Okay.
Right. All right. So what we're gonna do is there are multiple approaches of finding a target. If you're noobs, you can go to Bugcrowd. You can go to HackerOne. I can't really test on that because they have the policies. So what we're gonna do is there's a website known as BB Radar. All you can do is go to this and it has the list of latest bug bounty programs which different companies are running for now. Means if there is some Web3 content running on, if there's something smart contract, auditing, security going on, it would tell you it takes some time to load because it fetches data from the real websites. As you can see, these are the latest programs which are running. Like a new program was started on 27th of March. This is running on HackerOne. This one is running on smart contracts. So all you have a list, right? You can find the programs for here as well. The next good thing you can do is go to Open Bug Bounty, right? You have a lot of programs running on here. You can use Google Docking. I would show you that method as well.
Okay.
So you go to browse bug bounty programs and you can choose your targets from here. You can see that for these there are 43 verified domains and people are hunting on this. So you can open it one by one. There are some programs which don't even give money. For testing, they say we would just mention you publicly. It's up to you what you guys want. sort of acknowledgement you want. So you can go through these programs and see which suits you the best. If you want to do it for like the practice stuff, it's best to go with VDPs, means vulnerability disclosure programs, who don't really have a bounty for them because they have a lot of bugs. The companies who give some sort of bounties have a good sense of security. I'm going through these things because I'm seeing if there's a bounty available for any of the target, but that's really rare. So the method I used in my early days was that you need to write over here bug bounty docs, and it would give you these docs. These are the best docs out there. For the people who don't know what's docking, it's like giving a customized query to Google that I want these specific results. So if you do like this, you take this URL, write it here in URL bug bounty, means it's telling the search engine that only show me the search results which have bug bounty inside that. So all you can do is go to tools, and I want specified results. So I would say past week, means every URL that contains the word bug bounty in it and it has been released in the past 7 days would show me. Why I did past 7 days is because if a program is older, there's high chances that a lot of bug hunters have already hunted on it and you might get a lot of duplicates. So for this company as well, you can see that the last bug which was reported was on 26/3/2025, and see a lot of people are hunting on it, right? So that's how you should avoid these kind of programs. Multiple reasons, because you would get duplicates, you would get irritated, and you would end up finding nothing, right? You won't be getting any bounty. Companies don't pay for duplicates. Now if this is a website, you can see they have a VDP page on Bugcrowd. We can't really hunt on Bugcrowd's VDPs, so we should ignore that for now. But you can hunt and gain experience from that as well. For now, I'm just finding a website who's new, who's fresh. These docs don't really give you the filtered content you want, because these are one of the most common docs. You should use docs like these, which are below, because it would give you better context, better programs, rather than in comparison of this doc, because you should modify a lot of things in these docs, add like 2025 so that it shows the latest results and stuff like that. So let's say this is a company, it says eventify.com. This is a very common practice people do. Now it says we are globally compliant company. If you're a security researcher, you can report it us through this website, right? They say that you are open to test. That is the permission we want. But here comes multiple problems. Over here, it only has this page which says request demo, means we can't expressly sign up and we can start testing. Am I clear, Raju? We can't really sign up. We want a demo account. So stuff like these are not really simple to test. So what I do in these scenarios is go to subdomain finder and see how many subdomains are available for this particular company. Why I do that is that sometimes sign up is available on their subdomains, like abc.eventify.io might not have a sign up page running, but maybe ddd.eventify.io might have a sign up available. So you can see all these subdomains which came out of this particular thing. All you can do is see if there are some keywords like dev.eventify. It's not compulsory that these things would be running, but you should be looking out for these things, these keywords, because sometimes these pages have a sign up functionality available to you, right? Now for this, it says object not found because it's a CDN. It's the bucket. Now over here, you can see start your 14 days trial. I guess we got what we were looking for. We got a sign up page. We got it. Now we can start hunting from here. Now they don't have exclusions as such. They don't have that these bugs are excluded. So how you progressively go through these things. Now I know that I can progress with this particular sign up, but that's not how exactly you should start. This is that I have a way, but I should not follow this way. What you need to do is you need to go to shodan.io. Shodan is like a Google of hackers. All you need to go do is just log in. I might have an account available. Let me see. the internet goes a little slow on these websites. It's fine. So I know I can sign up and start testing, but ideally I should query these search engines for better bugs. And the best part is when you don't have these exclusions, because anything you would report means you have a slight chance of getting a valid bug. So all you need to do is pick up a query like SSL and the domain name. Now why I write SSL means all the domain names which have SSL are related to this company should pop up in the search results. That's what I meant by this. Now I got this IP. Now it says potentially warning, this is the IPv6 address if I'm not taking wrong, and it's unreachable. Now we don't want servers that are unreachable. We want servers which are reachable. So you can do different things. You can filter out based upon technology. You can filter out based upon the port numbers. Now this is the technology. Let's start from one, say. It's the technology. If I go right here, it says like this is the IP address of that particular domain. It's running on port 2087 and it's a cPanel. cPanel is for the admin use, and the technology they are using is WHM. So if you just search about WHM CVE, if there is a CVE available, always try admin. Not always works. You can try admin password, means it's known as a default credential bug. Now admin username as admin123, then try root. This is a slight chance, but sometime it works. So if I go here, just see if there's a CVE available for that particular cPanel. There might be scenarios where you can find stuff. Now this is one way of doing things. Now I got an IP address. I know that it belongs to this particular company, which is eventify.io, and it has a login page. That means our second step towards this thing should be, I'm turning on my Kali Linux. Our second step towards this thing is to see if there's a WAF on this. WAF means web application firewall. If there's a WAF enabled on it, all I can do is I got the IP address, and if I got the IP address of a website who has the WAF enabled on it, means I am able to bypass that WAF because I have the direct IP access, which means it's a P4 bug. WAF is meant for the perspective that you should not bypass the security controls. If I have the IP address of that particular domain, that means I have the access of the domain directly and the WAF is bypassed. Getting it, Raju? Am I being too fast? Am I being too fast, or I'm at the right pace?
No, you are at very right pace, and your storytelling is amazing.
Yeah. So that I'm trying to explain as much as in detail I can, so that everyone has a context of why I'm doing stuff. So as soon as my Kali boots up, I would show you the next step, how you can figure out that whether a WAF is running on a web application or not. The new update of Kali is literally bad. It's very slow. I don't know why it happens. So just wait for it to get started and I would show you the next step. Okay. So it would get the default credentials from my side. Now you have this domain name. The domain name is cpanel2.eventify.io. All you need to do is just go right here in the terminal and write WAF woof. Now on some things, some PCs, it might not be available because it's not a pre-built tool. You should install it. The installation is very easy. You can go to Google. Now it says no WAF detected, means there is no web application firewall. If there is no web application firewall, direct IP access makes no sense to me, because there is no security, means the company don't even want security at that point. So there's no worth in reporting this bug. Next thing, we sorted this thing. The next bug is we got a domain which says it potentially leads to the main application. I'm not saying that, the domain name says that. So we should see where it's redirecting. Now over here, there are some error messages. Now in scenarios like these, you don't exactly know to which domain name you are dealing with. Now here things get tricky. You don't even know that whether this IP belongs to the company or not, because search engines make mistakes. So all you need to do is dig CNAME and the IP address. Now CNAME doesn't show anything. That's again bad. Just CNAME dig. You are not getting any authoritative answers that to whom this IP belongs. By seeing at these error messages, you can't directly say, okay, I'm sure this belongs to this company. So as a beginner hacker, I won't recommend doing any further shit with this, but there are ways of confirming this, that whether it belongs to that target or not. All you need to do is just run a nmap scan on this. Potentially, before running an nmap scan, you should ping this IP, that whether you are able to ping this IP. See, I'm getting the ping backs, means I'm able to ping this IP. Now I got a lot of information, like port 53 is open, port 80 is open, port 443 is open, and a lot of things, but I don't have enough context to move forward. So what you need should be doing is -pm is for the ping probe, and you need to write like SN. SV. Give me a second, let me correct the syntax, because it's been a lot of time I do this network thing, so syntax gets wrong sometimes. So this is for the ping probe, that the ping shouldn't be blocked, and this is for the service version detection scan, means what services are running on what ports. Because by detecting the port numbers, I can't really go right here and say, okay, tell me what's running on port 53, because it's saying it's restricted. That means only internal access is allowed. That makes a lot of context when we do the nmap scans and then move forward towards things. So let's wait for the nmap scan to get finished. It would take a lot of time. So let's move to next things. We got two IPs over here. So first IP is not sure that whether it redirects to that same website or not. In the second IP, which you can see over here, it's blank. It is just an IP, it's not hosting anything, so it's of no use. But I am very much interested in these error messages. You can fetch hell of bugs out of these error messages, but all you can do is need to wait for these nmap scans to get completed, because these are the only things which would navigate you through your next query. By the time that's being done, we would see another thing, so that we don't waste time on that. That's how effectively you should be hunting. You shouldn't wait for one thing to get sorted, then you should go to next things. You are simply wasting time, right? Now this is a Microsoft Azure gateway. It has nothing to do with your bug hunting side. Leave that. Then there is Exim SMTP. For beginners, it's just a SMTP protocol. It has nothing to do with the web servers. It's used for the internal use for sending stuff here and there. So you should ignore this. Now Apaches are web servers. This can be of good use to you if you find some good context out of it. Now I can see the CNAME over here, which is API4.ai-eventifier.io. Means most probably there would be a backend API running on this particular thing, which helps in running the services. Now this is a default Apache page. This is like a gold mine if you get it right. How you can confirm you are on the right pace is just do like this. On Apache pages, the scans are quick. The scans are quick because it has already many things are resolved. All you need to do is the scans, right? Why I'm doing the scan? To see what sort of security this page is having, and why I say it's a gold mine, because it might have a lot of stuff in it, and we have confirmed that it's of the CNAME eventifier.io, means it's in our domain, right? All you can do is click on intercept, go right here, and you would see this particular request coming in of this particular thing right here. One basic mistake beginners do is you click enter and you wait for the request to come here. It won't come here because you didn't searched anything. It's a default page. If you write -AA, you would get it right here. So send it to intruder, means I would be doing the directory busting for now. I would search what directories are available. So one very common list is known as seclist, SECLISTS. Am I audible, Raju?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. So just say because I can't see your face, so I don't know if the recording goes fine. So just acknowledge in between, right? So the one very famous list on GitHub is seclist. So you can get these files out from there, and the file name is Comment.txt means what comment directories are available on the websites. I choose the thread number as 50 and it would start searching the directories for me. The status code for a successful search is 200. For 403 it's forbidden, 404 is not found, 301 is for redirection. So it gave me a 403 for these three things, these are the three sensitive files. Now it gave me a 301 for APIs, means it's available but it's moved permanently. We are looking for any 200 if it's pop up. Right, we are looking for the 200 responses because sometime we get error messages and that's what we are looking for. And we got the scans for the first website. Now if you see here, there's no information about this particular domain because it wasn't reachable. And if you look at this particular script, it has nothing to show because these services are not being used. If a service is not being used, it's of no use to us. So this domain is giving an error message because it's not being used. Now if you look right here, there's a slight difference between index.php and index.html's length. Let me show you. If you write index.html, it would redirect back you to that Apache page. But if you write index.php, it might redirect to this page, which is a highly sensitive page. This is known as the debug page of the website. If you scroll down, you can see what exactly the version number is available, who is the user of this particular service, what are the internal IPs, what direction they have, what's the root of that particular system where the Apache is running. And it's a very bad thing if it might have some passwords. Every time we don't get a password out here, but if we get the MySQL password and stuff like that here, it might be a P1, but for now it's a P4 for sure. Companies do pay for these. You can see the environment is deployed over here. You can even see the whole path. These are the PHP variables. So it's a P4 bug. We would report it right away. We won't wait. And here, that's how we got our first valid bug, maybe in 5 minutes. So how you need to report it? All you need to do is you have your email right here on what you need to, where you need to report these bugs is. So all you need to do is go right here, go to your Gmail, compose this particular thing right here too. And what should be a subject? Now I have the pre-templates available for me. Now this is the bug known as visible debug page. Means the debug page is visible. So all you need to do is information exposure through debug page. That would be the subject and the description obvious. So vulnerability impact. All you need to do is just tell them this vulnerability name, debug page, and the IP address which you have right here. Without these IP address, it makes no sense of reporting. And always do good reporting. Take these as a hyperlink, then say visit this website, give the entire link with this PHP page, see internal IP header name used, that's what we are seeing, and always tell them the severity. Now in these cases where you think it might be conditional that they might escalate the severity to P3 or P2, don't say anything. Keep shush. Because you know anyhow they're gonna escalate it. You know at least it's P4, keep shush. Right? Because you might get a better payout. So just these are the two things we use. Impact, if an attacker gains access, it might get a lot of information. And the second most important thing, people just report the bugs like that. That's not how it should be. You should have a software known as Greenshot. Click on this, get a screenshot of this right here. Maybe the screenshot name should be 91. My screenshots are like that, guys. For me to easily attach, go to desktop. Sorry for my messy file structure because I have a lot of things. Attach the screenshot. Boom, you are ready to go. And that's how we reported our first bug within 5 minutes. Now, we are done for this particular page. Close this. Now let's look at this. Now the domain name of this is Algiers Cust Web Rocket DZ Eventify.io. Now you might think we haven't even started with the domain name and we are finding bugs. This is where you set yourself apart from other people. Everyone hunts on the main domain, they end up finding nothing because a lot of people are hunting on that the same time, right? That's not how your approach should be. And this is for the IP which we were looking up earlier, and the same results, that IP is not being used anywhere. So we are double checking everything. Now we are done with all the IPs that were available to us. At this time, what you should ideally do is that you should take this domain and open subdomain finder and see each domain which is available to you. But I have a decent automation for it. I can't use it right now because it takes a lot of time. What it does is gathers all the subdomains for me, gathers all the screenshots for me. All I need to see is go through that screenshot and see what is my domain of interest, right? So as a manual hunter, you can open it one by one and see everything which is of use, which is of not use. But with time you get a certain, see, in product based companies you should have brain that these targets are not a part of your testing thing, because Eventifier gives custom domains to another company's events to host their events. Don't try and start testing on these things. This is a basic thing which I need to test. You should be in the scope of Eventifier. So all you see right here is of no use unless and until you get a screenshot. So we have a time constraint. Let's start from this main domain. So in the first name, what you should ideally put? As a hacker, I always put this thing, which is known as a underline tag. I write hello. Why I'm putting this? If it executes, I would let you know why I put this. And some people say use 10-minute mail, but I am not a great supporter for that. But I think you should make a separate Gmail for testing, and you should always use that, so that in any case after maybe 2-3 months some payload get executed, at least you should know. So I copied it right from here. It says create a password. I am choosing a single character password. It says you can't choose a single character password. That's fine. If I say Australia, Raju, can you tell me a demo number, because I can't really fill my Australian number right here and I don't have an Indian number. You can cut this part, maybe blur this part,
Okay.
maybe send your number, maybe just send your number to me on WhatsApp so that you can blur it afterwards.
Yeah.
So when we accept these terms and conditions, before testing, just clear this HTTP history. Most of the people do this mistake. If I click on continue, it won't allow me to continue. The reason is very specific. I didn't choose the right password, right? So if I follow the password policy right here and click on continue, it sends my mail right here that whether I should allow this person to log in or not. This is a API call. Then the API call would connect back and say, okay, it's fine, allow this person to continue. Now we are not exactly logging in at this stage because right side we didn't got any sign up login functionality. It's just the API just said send this person to the next page. Getting my point? The real sign up hasn't happened for now. So what you can do,
redirect to other things,
yeah,
right?
exactly, by just seeing if the email is fine, the password policy is fine, nothing else for now.
Yeah.
So we put it up this payload right here, event category, maybe banking, event type execution, start date 31st, end date 31st, a number of attendees 1, time zone, India would work, I guess. Okay, let me enter Melbourne. Now most probably when I would click on this sign up, now it sends this particular API which says sign up, but we would see a request right here for sure. We are waiting for that request. Here's the sign up request. You can see first name, last name, email, password, country, events limit, plan type unapproved. Now there are multiple of things I can hamper out here. Now you can see I like set up a password and I would just make it a single character password just to see if the password policy is really enforced or not. I would right click on this, response to this request. Now this is a request which is going to the web server, and the web server on validating this request would send me a response back. That's how
Acha.
one flow is complete. You send a request, you get a response back. That's how the data is validated. So I said send me response to this request. If it allows me, that means the password policy bug is not enforced. If it gives me an error that you chose a short password, then means the website is secure for that particular category of bug. If I click on forward, now you need to see here, these all are the requests for now. Nothing is the response. Now it says internal server error, undefined session token. Now there could be multiple reasons for that. Why it happens like this case, maybe the session token was a comparison of my password, and the other things, sometimes we delay things a lot. That's why these sessions get timeout. So I would be fast with the same step and do intercept response to this request, because backend sometimes have these things. So it says internal session token error. That's fine, means somehow the session is linked to my password, username and stuff. So we are waiting for that thing. Now you see, when I gave the right password, it didn't give me any error. That shows it clearly that there was a backend validation on this, that whether I am keeping a single character password or a proper password. So we checked one bug. Then it shows me my user ID, my group number, my session token. Now just remember this session token for now. Just for now, I would show you a little bug afterwards. So let it go forward, and these are simple calls. I'm just seeing if it's... Now this is a very interesting bug right here. If you just see, it has ID number, which was my ID, verify client email, and a lot of things. Let's see what's the response right here. Hopefully it would be sending me some sort of email to verify. Now it says success 1. That's what I said you, that it would be sending me some sort of email to verify. Now it sent me an email. Now if I just look at this, I got this particular mail. I got 2 mails. Now you see my payload got executed.
Acha.
Hello got underlined. That means I can do shit with this website for now. Now what I would do is I would simply drop this. I'm not going to continue. Now the real hacking begins.
Okay.
Because I verified that my payloads are getting executed. This is when things get really good. HTML is not blocked. Now I would use these payloads. I use this payload over here. I would show you afterwards what this payload does with this particular website. So this payload is for creating an image source, and I create the password. Let me fill the number. The number is not being validated according to me, so I can enter any number as far as I have seen. So I click on continue. It would ask for the same details at it as it asked the last time. I enter the event name. Okay. Then the category, these things, start date, end date, number of attendees, time zone. Now where things would go interesting is when I would click on sign up, let it go, and capture the requests which would be arising from here, because multiple bugs would go hand in hand now. I would be testing for multiple bugs just by seeing this sign up page particularly. So let's capture this request and let it go. Now I have the request which is responsible for sending the email. Now you can see a particular thing here. If people might notice, the ID number for my previous account is 652093. The ID number for my new account is 652094, which means it's auto incrementing.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if we go to this particular email, I didn't got a mail for now to this mail. Let's wait for this thing to get executed, because sometimes these servers are slow. Now I got this particular email. You notice something?
Yeah, I got an image. You got an image.
Yeah, right. So this is known as HTML email injection. Means I can enter anyone's email and send them this particular thing, and it could be anything. It could redirect to any malicious website and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So this is clearly a P4 bug. Some companies consider it a P3,
Okay.
but it's really good. So it's worth reporting. Right. So I would save this screenshot for now. Desktop, maybe 91. Now, all you need to do is just go again to Gmail. You already know their email, right? You already know their email. Just go right here, click on send. Got their, I don't know, do they have a rewards or stuff? Because if they might be having rewards, I would be very wealthy. Right? Because at the pace I'm finding bugs. So HTML email injection right here. It's very easy if you have these pre-filled templates. You should always make your own. Now these templates work for me. That doesn't mean you should make the same templates, but it's good if you make it. Now I tell them go to this domain name, create an account. These are the same steps which I repeated, right? Create an account with HTML payload, first name, last name, generate. Now in our case, it was a verification email, right?
Yeah, yes.
So generate a verification email. The image would be executed. All you need to give is a screenshot.
Screenshot.
That's how we found 2 bugs successfully. Click on send. Now, we were looking for another things as well. Now let's see what the other mail was, what we got from this company. The other mail was, important, please verify your email. Now the same bugs applies here, but it's under the same root cause, so we won't be reporting it again.
Achha.
A same bug happens on multiple endpoints, we can't report it, right? Now, let me show you a trick. Now the trick is, if I click on it again, I click on this particular thing again, am I getting the email again? I'm getting an email again. What if I go to intruder, clear all the positions, choose null payloads, means I'm not sending any data, but I want to irritate this person and send this same email to this person 100 times. We are testing if there are rate limits implemented on this website or not. As far as I have judged their security, they are bad at it.
So
Now
you're
you just-
typically doing DOS, right?
Yeah. You just see
Yeah.
emails are getting flooded. This means email triggering is very easy. I can send any number of emails to any person to make them irritated.
Yeah.
Now-
even the server would go down,
Yeah,
right?
server would
It's
go,
a
server
lot
would
of
go
servers.
down. Per emails have a cost.
Yeah.
It's not free. So it's both reputational and financial damage to the company.
Yes.
So it's a P3 bug as well, P4 bug as well, right? So I would get the screenshot of the emails and I would get a screenshot of this particular request for the clarification, all right?
Achha.
So I'm doing hunting literally after very very much days, but I guess God's helping me most probably.
No, you're doing crazy.
Yeah. So if we go right here, we would report it again. Now it's email triggering. It's this bug is known as email triggering. But just let me find, because there are multiple case scenarios of email triggering, so we need to find the exact one. So yeah, it's rate limit verify on the verification email. So no rate limiting on email verification leads to email triggering, and rest remains the same, which I just showed. Rest everything remains same. If I just go right here, all you need to do is just give this particular, open this link, then intercept the request in Burp suite. Rest everything remains damn same, which I just showed. attach both the screenshots. That's 91, 92. Some companies say that it's fine, we don't bother about it, but it's always worth reporting. I have got, on the early days, I've got $150, $200 for these bugs. Even some companies give $300 because
Acha.
they get costing per mail, right? So it makes a lot of sense for them. Next thing. Now let's go to the another aspects. If I just verify my email, where I need to click, okay, it says your sign up has been successful. Please click on the link below to verify. Now I can't really see a link because might be because of the formatting and stuff. Okay, I don't see a email. So in this scenario, what I do is once I am done with this DOS testing and stuff, I always create an account with my primary email. Because it's easy, because some bugs don't work on the temporary mails. Some bugs are only considered if it happens on Gmail, right?
Acha.
Companies sometimes say that if Gmail doesn't allow it, we won't be allowing it. So cases happen like that. So you should always test on both Gmail and the temporary mails. So if I enter my mail, anyhow, if any one of you might be having some doubts, okay, it doesn't accept the personal mails, that's fine. I have the domain one, and anyhow guys, when SecX would be launched, you should download it for more such content. It's free for everyone.
Acha.
Yeah, the SecX is free for everyone, keeping aside the very premium courses. Rest, the basic stuff which I'm just showing here, it's free for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really nice. Good to hear that.
Yeah. I want to give back to the community, so I didn't put up a cost on that because many people can't really afford those courses. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
why. So we would quickly fill these details up. Hopefully you guys might be very comfortable with what exactly I'm doing for now. Okay. So I click on sign up. The sign up would be happening. Now over here you have this plan type which says unapproved. Try changing it to approved. Right. When we do that, hopefully it should give me an error. Yeah, because there's some backend validation. I knew this error would be coming in. Now event limit is 2. What if we change what if we change it to 2? It should give an error as well. Now I'm showing you the mutations. What exactly you can do, what you cannot do. Now this time it didn't give me an error. But you shouldn't be happy because over here you can see event limit is still 1. That means nothing is changed here. Now, what you can do as an advanced hacker, I don't say it would work, but it sometimes works for me. So all you need to do is just take this token. Now, people who know hacking a bit, they know it's a JWT token. The token which starts from EY and looks like this format is a JW token. It has all the information for me. Now you can see it has a lot of things available. It has my user ID, my email, the event ID, the app user ID, granted, forever, true, and it has a lot of things. Now you can do multiple stuff here. You can fill in the event IDs, you can use the app user ID, but it's something I don't see. If you see a word like admin, it's worth taking a chance. Right.
Achha.
If you see admin is false, always try changing it to true and then pasting this code back. But for now, I don't see any case scenario what we can do right here. Okay. So let it go. And then if you see right here, one request would be going in for this verification. Just save it for your reference. I would tell you why I saved it for my reference. Now you should go to your Gmail back and see if you got a mail. Mails like these go really quick to Gmail, but let's wait for things to get fine. It sometimes take a few seconds. Okay, by then let me cross check if I sent it to my info mail, so it might not be popping up here. So just let me see on my mobile that if it's being available. I would send it to my Gmail because I don't run my company's mail, which is not really a good practice, and you shouldn't do that. for the people who run companies, you should not be opening your company emails on your like the primary Gmails only.
Personal
Yeah,
companies.
that's not a good practice you should be doing. So just give me a second so that I can quickly grab that mail and verify it. I'm doing it on my mobile. If you guys are wondering why the screen is not working, so I'm that. I'm doing it on my mobile, so the screen won't be working for a second or so. So once I'm signed in, I would be sending that mail to the Gmail. Gmail sends me a recovery code because it has the security for GoDaddy and stuff. GoDaddy is a little slow on these terms. Temp mail would be an option. I can still use the temp mail because GoDaddy is not literally sending any mail for now.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. 871148. Companies do these stuff like they would only verify you using company's mail so as to protect you from spam, but they don't consider the case scenario that temp mails are considered as a professional mails. So the implementation has that's nothing to do with the cybersecurity stuff, to be honest, or just a little tip from my side that how exactly it happens. So over here I got this particular mail. Let me forward it to my Gmail. Then we are good to test and so stuff. So that email contains a link for the verify email. I'm just sending it. Just give me a second. I'm sending it to my Gmail. Okay. Or what we can do is, because to and fro it would be very difficult for me to open the professional mail. So we would do with this particular temp mail. 10-minute mail right here. You can even recover what you deleted, so that's a good thing about it. You can even go back and get the recovered things.
This 10-minute mail is really cool, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I haven't used it. I was using temp mail.
So this is didn't really show the embedding out here. I don't know why. Maybe I used to mess it up a bit, because on my primary email it's showing me the link is being embedded right here, but on these it's not showing. I don't know why. Yeah, so this is the verification link.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get it this way. Now there's a bug in it as well. Now let me test that whether it's really a bug or not, because this is the half process is done. Whenever a verification email starts with http, means it's not transmitted over a secure protocol. In simpler terms, like on the surface level, right? And it has http. If by using this email I am like this particular link, if anyhow I get redirected to the dashboard by any chance, it would be a bug. But if I'm not getting redirected anywhere, it won't be a bug, right? So I didn't got redirected anywhere. These scenarios happens on websites. All you need to do is go right here and try to log in with your credentials which you chose earlier. Some companies just show verification on the front end, but they didn't have any sort of things which verifies it on the back end. So you should always be dynamic with your approaches. Let's wait for the mail, because I think that we would be getting a verification email over here with the JWT link within a minute or so. If it didn't popped up, we would use a different temp mail. This is, see, you don't have any like the alternatives for this particular thing. You need to do these steps again and again till you get the hold of the applications. Because when we do like when we test bugs, we don't know what it's going to mess up at the back end, right?
Yeah.
So you need to be calm and patient. Some people are very bad when they see a repetitive action, that why we need to do that again and again. See, hacking is never easy. Earning money is never easy. You need to be patient about things. That's how you be a good hacker, as well as a good uh, professional, to be on the bigger note. Now the event name, I'm putting these payloads if like the previous time it gets executed somewhere, because if this gets executed we can most probably link it to RCE. We can get the full control of the server. Yeah, if this gets executed, it's known as SSTI, server side
Okay.
template injection. So if 5 multiplied by 5 is shown somewhere at 25,
Okay.
so that means the backend is executing the mathematical functions. Right.
Acha.
If the mathematical functions are getting approved, it's a really good thing for us. Right.
So the program is executed in the backend.
Yeah.
That's how
Exactly. You
it's
can
doing.
think it not exactly, because backend technology uses Jinja and stuff that's responsible
Okay.
for these things. But yeah, on a broader sense, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got this mail. If I just copy it, hopefully this works. If I just copy it, it's not really working. I don't know why it's not working. Ideally, it shouldn't happen. Maybe there's some error at there. And what you can do is, we would open my company's mail, because over there the link is getting embedded properly. I know that that has nothing to do with this, because if the link should work, it should work anyhow,
Acha.
no matter what. But let's see. Let me see how the response is being generated for this link. It's a get request, response to this request. Okay, it shows a GIF 200. Okay, that's bad. That's the worst thing I have seen for a particular email for now. There are alternatives to it which you can do, but let me test first the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, the password isn't visible, so that's not really an issue. Let me get the 6-digit OTP from here. If the link is getting embedded here and it's working from here, that means there's some sort of security on the temp mails. It might have been a little late, but there might be a security. But as far as my experience is, that functionality is a bit broke of the
Okay.
company. Can't presume, but I think I have a gut feeling. All right.
Arman, could you just go down?
This is also taking some time to load. Okay, we have it here, and you can see we have the verify email right here, and it shows something different than what we saw here. You clearly saw. Yeah. Please allow a few more minutes for the process to complete. You will receive an email. You may close this window. Now this is something which was tricky, that over there the verify email wasn't working, over here it's working, right? Now, but this gives rise to another case scenarios as a hacker in my mind. Why the hell is this happening? How they're validating this stuff? Now they have two things. If you see clearly, there are two things which are running over here. First is the ID, the second is the code. Means the combination of these two things makes the person verify his her email, right? If I just go right here, app.eventify.io, so if I now try to log in, it should say that your website, like your account is in the process of being verified, because I didn't got an email that your thing, this thing is verified. It should say it's in the process of getting verified or stuff like that. Let's see what it says. So it says incorrect email or password. Now that's not really the scenario, because I know what I'm typing. See, it's the same. I know what I'm typing. Now this happens when you even cleared that particular thing. Now it gives me a session token. Most probably the backend is working fine. Now it would work. Check client approval. Now see over here. It says check client approval, that everything is running fine, Is the email verified? True. Success? True. Client approved? True. Now this is something which is really good for us. Now we got a template that how exactly they verify things. I would show you the how we need to use this. I would show you for sure, but I'm just getting a context for myself that how are the APIs working. Now over in this API, the previous API just I got, it says eventify script support login user with this ID. Right. Now if I go some IDs back, it says forbidden, access forbidden, get access service didn't allowed, it's fine. It says that this particular thing might not be available for this particular user, which is totally understandable. What if we change this to 403 forbidden to 200 okay? And there are no errors. It still says that you're not verified and stuff, but that means it's something, the issue lies at the backend people that they have not verified my account yet, because the company might have handled the verification at their end, but there's a lot of things you can do right here. As I told you, if you click on here sign in, it asks for your ID password, then the duration, and it gives you this specific JWT token along with your ID, the app host, the role guest, the role ID is 18. That's fine. All this information is embedded right here, and this is the deciding factor for the web server to determine whether you are cool to go or not. Now it has this sub, it has this user ID, it has this forever email. What if you try to change this user ID to this? Now it removed the signature. 99% of the time, things like these don't work. You can't access the account of someone else. You can't really do anything, because as you see, it's back to normal. It's back to normal. You can't do anything in this case. So that's how you should think, right? And I guess as far as I am permitted and this company allowed, I have shown how exactly the things work on the surface level. If I would be digging much deeper, the company is gonna be like saying for sure.
Throw a legal notice on our faces.
Yeah, I can't really get legal notice, but yeah, I guess I have shared the methodology.
So all the bugs that we have hunted on this podcast have completely fixed before the podcast got released. So do not cause any mess with the company, because our intention is to bring out the best content on bug bounty hunting and hacking. So this is only for educational purpose. Do not cause any mess. Thank you for watching.
It's really
Yeah.
hard to show the whole bug hunting procedure. If the company might have verified my email, I might have shown more of what we do after login, because you can see if we have found 5-6 bugs
Yes.
pre-login, so after login I can do shit with the website. Yeah.
I think you have gone very good in the span of 1 hour, I think so. So people would
around
really
1 hour.
love that what you have done. So Arman, if you want to give any advice for the beginner hackers, could you quote any something?
Okay. So I might take a little long to explain everything. That what
Acha.
advice I would be giving is, see, people give up very easily. I don't know why it's in the environment these days. People want an easy path out of everything. So for the beginners, I would really suggest that stick to the basics. When I was in my early days of hacking, I did a bad mistake that I directly jumped onto the bugs, which I regretted a few years later. You should always start from networking, web fundamentals, how a website works, how exactly a website reacts when you interact with it. You should know the coding. You should know why this thing is bad in the code, right? And then you should be thinking about how you need to break it. Why I said that is because when you directly go into the breaking, you shouldn't know people. They don't even know how XSS happens. They don't know about
Yes.
console.log. They don't know about cookies. They don't know the difference between local and session storage. They don't know the difference between request and response. If you go to the different things, they don't know how uploads work. They don't know what's the buffer. Unlimited examples. So start from basics, and don't think that God would gift me a box which would have ample of time for me to study. No one gets that damn box. No one gets that damn buffer for you to be in your comfort zone and do the exceptional stuff. You need to find that buffer out of your normal days. You need to compromise some things to make your dream come true. Right? When I started studying, a lot of people who are at good stage while they are young, right, 21, 22 is really young age. People don't even know what they need to do. So they have sacrificed a lot. They might have sacrificed their screen time. They might have sacrificed their childhood. So I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy. I'm the person, I'm hell of a freak. I enjoy a lot. But you should be like, start slowly. You can't really sit straight away for 8 hours. Take out 1 hour of your time daily, 1.5, 2, 3, 4. That's how you should go, but you should sit daily. Even on Sundays, you should sit. You can reduce the time, but you should sit. That develops a consistency in you. And bug bounty, hacking, offensive security, OSCP, blockchain, these things require damn consistency, because it's more of a practice game rather than the learning game, right? And these things evolve daily. You need to report, you need to read stuff daily. You should be aware about CVs. The one best thing which helps me, you should be optimistic. You should be thinking good when you are doing something. Like an example, when I was making a CV hunting course, at that time I didn't have even one CVE on my name. I directly started making course. People even mocked me that, Arman, what you would train people if you don't even have a CV in your name? My resume is something like this. I have everything. I have the academics, I have the certifications, I have the courses, I have everything. But the CV was something which was missing on my resume. So I simply said, while I would make this course now, I would even get one CV. I was planning for one CV. And when I completed that course, I ended up getting 7 CVEs from that one particular open source project. 7 CVs registered in my name, and no score was less than 5.6. And once one bug was even of 8.6 CVSS level, high severity.
Acha.
I was optimistic. I just thought I would make this course. And by the end of that course, I had 7 CVs. So you should be optimistic. You should trust yourself. People only have 2 jobs. Either bring you down, demotivate you. They do nothing. Right.
So people who have free time, they'll always mock you. So you should be busy
Even
in a way that...
busy people mock you because they are afraid that you should not surpass them.
Yeah.
Even they are afraid. So just think, if you are happy doing something, you believe you can do it. It's not really every time your hopes and reality meets, but at some time they meet really well. Yeah. So optimistic, and always keep a smile on your face. If you're smiling, people are already jealous and you have done the half job already.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I follow that.
Yeah. I think we should do another podcast about philosophy of Arman Sidana.
That would be a banger. More views than the bug bounty.
Yeah. So I'm very much interested in philosophy, right? So I just take up a course on Coursera.
As you know, I'm an author. I'm very good at making stories and philosophy.
Yeah. I think everyone should once in a life try reading philosophy, I think.
It's good. You should all make your own philosophies, because what works for you don't work for anyone else. And what might have worked for everyone might not work for you.
Yeah. It's called individualism.
Yeah. Can say that.
Yeah. So I think that's it. It was really good talking to you, Arman Sidana.
Same this side. I always enjoy being on a podcast with you, because I always say, when we plan podcast, I always say I should keep it raw, because that's what people need to see. They need to see the failures as well. They need to see the good side as well. And I only had one dream when I made SecX. I only have one dream, that cybersecurity should be accessible to everyone. No matter what they have money, no matter what they have good devices, it should be accessible to everyone. That if someone talks about cybersecurity, they should remember me in their good books, right?
Yeah.
I only
Yeah, yeah.
only want that.
So in the space where people are charging to train about basic stuff in cybersecurity, like 60,000, you're doing a great job giving out a lot of stuff for
When
free.
I made Udemy courses, now my perspective was to normalize the prices.
Yes.
But when I talk with college students who are paying a lot of fees and they have burdens of the hostels, their food and travel, something really hit my heart very bad. At that time, I thought that even the Udemy prices like 3,000, 2,500 are not really affordable. I don't say everyone can't afford it. I'm not saying I am literally doing charity. Every course is not for free,
Yeah.
but the majority of the courses are for free. The ones which are paid are affordable as well. Like if you talk
Yes.
about like let's say the OSCP course, the 50 ones, 50 hours course, it's of 999. Even cheaper than Udemy. If you want to
Yeah.
buy it on Udemy in sale, it's good. Go ahead. You would get it in 399.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So all I want is you should learn. Even if some one of my course got leaked on Telegram, the admin contacted me that give me this amount of money, and I would delete your course from my community because it's getting leaked. मैंने कहा keep that course leaked because I want the people to study. I'm really hardly concerned about money. मैंने कहा keep that course. Should I recommend people to your community? And he was in awe that what kind of person he is.
ये मतलब क्या
Keep
है?
that course. मैंने कहा my motive was to deliver it to everyone.
Yeah.
And you were doing that shit. I'm hardly concerned to that.
Love the spirit, Arman. Love the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, thanks. I really enjoyed. I always enjoy being on a podcast with you. And
Yeah.
anyone, if you guys would be having any doubt, I guess LinkedIn would be the best option to contact me. And furthermore, if you see this podcast, you want to join SecX, just drop our team email. The email you already got is info@secx.in. For Raju, I would be giving out 1 month of premium free for everyone who just would be pinging my team. In premium, basically what happens is you need not to watch any ads. Because
Acha.
for the free courses even, we have ads because we need to manage the infrastructure as well. So for everyone who would be just sending me a Gmail that we watch your podcasts, I would be giving 1 month of premium free for them. That means they can enjoy uninterrupted learning. There would be no ads and you can see all our courses for free, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's a gift
I
from
would
my side to all my litter and elder brothers and sisters as well.
a gift for me for a referral link and referral coins.
I would give you the tokens like SecX tokens. Anyhow, they're gonna be monetized in 1-2 years.
Acha.
Yeah, so that's the mining feature in the app.
Yeah.
We are
So-
making a different. That's a whole different story.
Yeah. You mentioned that the SecX is going to be the Web3 platform, like kind of Web3 platform in the first podcast, right?
Yeah, SecX not altogether going to be Web3, but the mining feature, how the DeFi's would be working, how the white paper is designed, it's all Web3.
Acha.
Like how the pricing is going to be decided, it's endogenous, exogenous, and a lot of technical stuff. But for now, we are only focusing on the tech side, the edtech side, and the customer base. Once the customer base grows, once people are connected with us, we would be focusing more towards making the smart contract of SecX.
Acha. I think that's it.
All
Chalo.
right. See, bye. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching the podcast. Raju should be saying that, right? Let me do the outro. See you, everyone. See you in the next podcast. Thank you.
Acha.